Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Prairie Banana back with another presentation on TitanX. How's everyone doing today? I want to make sure that my mic settings are set correctly because I didn't do that beforehand, and give people just a minute to jump in. You know, what would be really cool sometimes is if I could let people speak in these. I think that'd be pretty nifty. We're gonna basically, with this presentation, what I do every week is I add a little bit, but then I don't want to be showing that. I just add a few little things, but I basically just pop it in the microwave and rehash it because I think it's so valuable to people that are just coming in, that are new, that maybe have a little bit of experience, or they're curious about TitanX. So that's basically what we do every week. So let's see. Do we have any people in here? Let's go. I got to go over here to see. Excuse me just a second. Been a pretty exciting week in TitanX land, let me tell you. Let me mute this over here. Because of the launch of, well, we have a new white paper, Helios. Dragon X launched, and there was another launch, which was the Titan Legends, the NFTs. So two that I'm aware of. Put in the chats. Hey, Rikinos, good to see you. Put in the chat if you know of any other projects that have a white paper out that are prepping to launch on TitanX. I think that I'm excited about Blaze. I don't know why. Maybe it's the name, but I think Blaze is supposed to launch after Hyper, if I'm not mistaken. Well, we have 5 people in here right now. It's interesting. 2 weeks ago we had 35. Last week 25, and this week was like the lowest. I didn't pitch it out on Telegram or Twitter very much, so we'll see what happens this week. But again, the main goal here is to equip you with some tools that you can be successful, that can help you be successful in navigating TitanX. And basically what we do is we read through the white paper. We talk about some security. We talk about what TitanX is. We read through the white paper. We go over some excellent sites that you're going to need if you're in Titan. Some strategies, review some calculators that I've made, and then we'll wrap it up with some good little tips. And I often forget the wrap up. Like half of these, I forget it. So please, once we're done with the calcs, if somebody wants to remind me to read through my wrap up notes, please feel free to do that. And I'm going to we're going to overlook the Dragon X DAPP real quick, and we'll kind of show you what's going on with Titan Legends as part of the wrap up process. Okay. Rokinos says one dude from TitanX got hacked due to Wi-Fi coffee. I don't understand what you mean by Wi-Fi coffee. Well, he got hacked to TitanX from TitanX, got hacked due to Wi-Fi coffee. Can you explain that a little bit if you know what happened there? But more security videos would be good. Yeah. Ooh, oh, that's sad, man. He lost 40 to 50,000. Well, I hope he had another 40 to 50,000. Yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah, security is a big deal. And I was just thinking, I was listening to Mike Dean and the gentleman from, was it Dragon X? Not Dragon X. It was a recording that he just did recently this week, like Thursday, Friday. They touched on security. And I'm like, Prairie Banana needs to listen to another security AMA or something, just to kind of stay engaged in this, because every time I hear about security, I kind of pick up something. I'm like, ooh, I need to be very careful. I would like to know more about security. And of course, a presentation about security would be, it would be a good idea. I've thought about doing that. Good morning, Jeremy. Oh, he used Wi-Fi. That is a bad deal. I reckon like this computer I'm on is hardwired. If you're doing crypto, and we're all doing crypto in here, use a wired connection. And if you're using Wi-Fi from a coffee shop, I think you need to have a VPN. I think that's how it works. I think that is one thing that would help prevent it. I'm not positive on that, but I don't use Wi-Fi, and I don't do it on a phone, and I don't use a wireless connection. Yeah, because people can literally like let's say you're in a hotel lobby and you're getting your breakfast and you're doing your crypto or whatever. There are people that they can literally have their laptop open, and their laptop is searching for other computers, and they can work their way into yours and interfere with your crypto. So yeah. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for showing up. This is great. How many people we got in here? We got 7. Excellent. Is my sound okay? My audio's okay? Yeah, last week it was 40 degrees below zero is a record. I'm probably going to take off my hat here in a little bit, but it was literally 40 degrees below zero Fahrenheit where I lived last week. And the river is still having issues because it got so cold. It's overflowing its banks. That's not what you guys are here for. You are here to learn about crypto, TitanX specifically. Like this video, subscribe. Let's be active in the chat. If you have questions, put a question mark before your question so that I can see that it's a question. And if you put it in all caps, that makes it more clear if you have questions. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you're brand new. Put a 1 in the chat if you're brand new to TitanX and you're here because you want an introduction. I want at least 1 brand new person. Then none of this is financial advice. And I've said this before, I'm the chips and salsa. What you're getting here is, yes, it's, some would say it's decent. But there's another gentleman that you can learn a lot more from and get more into. So this is like an introduction, and that would be Crypto GRFX. If you want more, reach out to Crypto GRFX. His information is in the show notes. There's a lot of stuff in the show notes. There's so much in there that we're going to review it at the end. We'll just go over and I'll show you guys what's in there. Mackenzie is brand new to DragonX. All right. So yeah, we're going to cover security, TitanX, read the white paper, review some excellent sites, talk about some strategies, review some calculators, and we'll wrap it up. Security. Always use a hardware wallet. You need one of these. And I am promoting this. Okay. It's just because I like the Trezor, the T. I don't like the, what is the Model T? It's a bigger, thicker touch screen. When you're doing multiple transactions, that touch screen can be a little bit challenging for me. I like the T, the Model 1, just because, and it's cheaper. So this is not my wallet, but I recommend you definitely have to have a hardware wallet, because a hardware wallet it's like a little computer, but it's separate from your computer. And you want to be doing your transactions on something that's separate from your computer, because computers can be hacked. And like your soft wallet that's on your computer, it can be hacked into, and somebody can actually do the little clicking on your computer for you. You want to be doing that clicking off your computer. And so you need a hardware wallet. There's a link in the description for a place that you can buy one. Always buy it directly from the manufacturer. And the link in the show notes is my referral link for Trezor. I reached out, said, hey, I want to represent you guys. Give me a link. And so that's for you. Only buy these directly from the manufacturer. Don't get them off of Amazon. You'll get wrecked. Because you want to remove middlemen. Anybody that can perhaps come between you and your hardware wallet is a potential threat. I recommend, what I did is I have a list of things that I do when I'm transacting. It's right here. It's just on a little sticky note. Because I was forgetting one thing, which was the MEV bot, which we'll talk about in the show notes. But I made myself a little list because some of the people in TitanX are making some sizable transactions, and you need to be very deliberate when you're doing them. So, in addition to saying my transactions out loud, what I've done is on many of them, I've sought some counsel from Steve at Crypto GRFX. Like we meet like once a month, and we fellowship about crypto, and he gives me some ideas about what I can perhaps do. It's like putting two brains together can be very helpful. So counsel is good. You can ask on Twitter, you can ask in the Telegram chat. I want to check supply and see supply levels, although that hasn't really been an issue lately, hasn't. I want to make sure my MEV bot or blocker is engaged. I want to check the gas and the address on my wallet. So I need to know what address I'm sending money to so I can verify it in the wallet. And I say my transactions out loud. And of course, I check the last four of my address whenever I'm sending crypto from one address to another. I always want to check and make sure that I'm sending it to the right address. And that's on my list too. That's not always something I need to check, but you want to be extra careful when you're transacting, because when you click that final commit button, unless it fails, it's going through, and whatever you committed to is going to happen. Crypto is like precise. It's perfect. It's up to and touching. And when it's done, you cannot undo it. There is no one that can undo your transaction for you. Don't do crypto on a phone, unless, of course, you have a MetaMask on there and you're buying a coffee or something like that. Okay, write your transactions on paper. I did this yesterday, or I think it was Thursday. I literally printed out a calendar for January and February because we have projects coming out. I have miners coming out, and I needed to get all of that, my plan out of my head and onto paper. I wrote out on a calendar. I put my miners coming out, and I put my little plan, and it helped so much. Oh, be quiet about your crypto. Like, we don't know where this thing is going. So just be cautious who you tell that you're involved with about crypto, and keep your profile down especially on the internet. I don't use my name. It's one thing that my face is out there. That might be an issue going into the future, but just use your head and be careful about who you tell that you're in crypto. We have a question. How much did your toke cost? I like it. Gee, typing in tabs is fun. Typing in tabs is fun. How much did your toke? Is that a jacket? Tell me, what is a toke, man? All right, guys, we are going to get into TitanX. What is TitanX? It's a first cycle token. I'm more excited about a first cycle token than a second cycle token, because the first cycle tokens tend to, they're either going to do really good or they ain't going to do really good. So that's that. TitanX is a smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain. It's had flawless operation for nearly 90 days. Next, on the 25th, which is next Thursday, that's our 90th day birthday. And it's had flawless operation. It has been in the top 10 on Ethereum just about the whole time. I think it has been in the top 3 as far as transactions on the Ethereum blockchain. When you're picking a project to get involved in, you want to choose very carefully. You want to pick one that has great tokenomics, which TitanX has. It has a great community. You want to have a great community, of raving fans, and you want a public founder. And our founder is public. He says on Twitter, we shouldn't call him the founder. He's the dev. He's the dev. Jake is the dev. I need to change that language. And I'm going to show you a picture of Jake if you haven't seen him yet. Developer, dev. Okay. It was developed by Jake Sharp. Let me show you that picture real quick. I think I already showed it to you. There's Jakey. I say that in jest, but that's Jake Sharp, just so you know. Follow him on Twitter and you'll see him more often. Yeah, TitanX is a fair crypto. It had no founder allocation, no venture capitalists. It is essentially a leverage play on Ethereum. So when Ethereum goes up, TitanX should go upper, is what we're thinking. What you do is you pay ETH to mine TitanX. It's a mining protocol. So you can buy it and stake it, but you can also mine it, and you do that with Ethereum. It is hyperinflationary. It's extremely hyperinflationary, and it will eventually become hyper deflationary. It's a smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain. The code was audited 3 times. 3 times. The first time the auditor found 6 bugs. The second time the auditor found 1 bug. It was an easy fix. And the third auditor had the most incentive to find bugs but found none. Jake launched it on October 28th. In TitanX, the numbers have significance. You'll see a lot of 8s. So like October 28th. And you'll see those numbers, especially the number 8 repeatedly. We are going to review the white paper. Any other questions? Toke. How much did my toke cost? How do you play the game now? Let's talk about that. We'll talk about that toward the end, Rokinos. It's your gray hat. Oh, the toke. I had never heard that called a toke. Cool. It's a Carhartt. It's a Carhartt brand. There you go. My son got it for me last fall, and I've been wearing it a lot. Okay, let's talk about healthier research. Is that a question? It looks like a question. Remember, we got to maybe you jumped in late. Put a question mark before your questions, and then if you want them to really stand out, put them in all caps so I can see them readily. How do you get started? We'll start by going back to the beginning of this video, and we're going to read the white paper. But if you want to go back to the very beginning, start from there. That's what I would do if I were you. But we're going to review so much that you're going to think that that you're set, and that's the idea, is to get you set for this, for being an investor in the TitanX ecosystem. We're going to review the white paper. Let me get that up real quick. We're going to talk about virtual mining, ETH distribution, staking, and all of this. Okay, we're going to start with virtual mining. Bear with me a second. 1 sip of my coffee. Really appreciate you guys being here. Again, I didn't post this out on Twitter or Telegram much. So it's pretty cool. We got 11 in here. And we'll do it again next week. And if you guys can help me, when you see new people, refer people to this. Not to necessarily build my channel, but to help people get acclimated. And I'll try to do a better job next week of getting it out. White paper, virtual mining. Don't go to sleep, guys. Unless you're Mackenzie and you've read this a dozen times already. If you're brand new, it's essential that we read the white paper, and I'm not even going to read all of it. But from, after this, we'll go over the DAPP. I don't even have the DAPP up. I'll pull that up real easily. And then we're going to review all those tabs across the top that you see. Let me change my position here because I want the screen to be as big as possible. Virtual mining. In Titan, you create your own tokens, coins. They're actually tokens. You can buy them, but it's going to be cheaper, more cost effective for you to mine them. You go to the mining page at app.titanx.win and you specify the number of days you want to mine for and the number of power you want your miner to have. The number of days you pick from 1 day up to 280 days and the power you choose determines the amount of TitanX you get at the end of your miner. And there's the formula. And I'm not going to go into all these formulas. You can go back. I'll show you where you can find this white paper and you can read this for yourself. You can create single miners and you can do a batch miner. The batch miner allows you to automatically create up to 100 miners at a time. And then there was a mining ladder. I'm going to go over this like real fast because last time this took like an hour and a half to go through the presentation. And I kind of want to cut that down. There was going to be a mining ladder, but that has been eliminated. It may be brought back. I'm not sure. There are bonuses associated with mining. There was an early adoption amplifier, and that bonus started at 10% and is working its way down to 0% in 350 days. Mind you, we are on day 90. And so I think we're down to 7 some odd percent EAA, early adoption amplifier. There is a burn bonus multiplier for if you burn TitanX, you get up to 8% extra on your new miner if you've burned 80 billion Titan. And this is more applicable to people that are burning a lot, obviously, or to the DragonX protocol. And we'll talk about that briefly at the end. T-rank bonuses have been a huge bonus. When you create a miner, you get assigned a T-rank. So that miner gets assigned a T-rank. This T-rank determines where you start earning rewards from. As people start miners after you, they give your miners extra bonuses. And the T rank starts, it says 2,200 here, but it was actually, somebody pointed out in the code, it's actually 3,500. So the bonus started at 3,500 TitanX per max power miner that starts after you. And it would just be 35 TitanX extra power per one power miner after you. And this is based on the mining power instead of T ranks to prevent whale abuses of the bonuses. In essence, this means you get rewarded for helping bring adoption to the ecosystem and helping it grow. And if someone starts 100 power miners, you get a higher T-rank bonus. If someone starts 1 power miner, you get the same T-rank bonus divided by 100. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay. Yeah, the T-rank bonuses have been huge because we had a huge wave, and there will be other waves. We had a huge wave of adoption several weeks back. I think it was when we had a double. It was on the day 56 because we had an 8-day and a 8-day and 28-day. I think, yeah. Payouts. People were taking their Ethereum that they'd earned from staking and starting miners. So that was, and then what that does is that increases all those miners are being started, and so that increased the T-rank bonus. So all of us were doing the happy dance because our T-rank bonuses were stacking up, and many of our miners did a double from the estimated TitanX just from T-rank bonuses. It was pretty neat, and T-rank bonuses are going to be a real thing going forward. I think that was not a one-time instance. Okay, so the mining power determines how much TitanX you get per day in your miner, and plus it also determines how much ETH your miner costs. So I'll show you this in the DAPP, how that works. So if you have 100 mining power, you get the full current Titan mineable per day. If you have 1 mining power on your miner, you get 1% per day. And I didn't intend to read these formulas. I don't care to read the formulas. I just want to skip to the main context here. Note, but this is worth noting. The eventual cost per TitanX token you get at the end of your miner moves linearly, meaning that a 100 power miner and a 1 power miner have the exact same cost per Titan. The 1 miner just gets a lot less Titan at the end of the miner, but the cost is the same. So if possible, just do a max miner. It's easier to manage. There's no benefit doing smaller power miners at all unless you don't have enough ETH for a max one or multiple max ones. or have some ETH change you want to put to work. Okay. And I would add to that, like, instead of doing a 100 power miner, if you wanted to spread them out over 3 months and do 33 power, each, if that's all you can do is 100 power, you want to split it up into 3, then you can do 33 power miners over 3 months, something like that. There are penalties for not ending miners on time. Whatever end date you specify when creating your miners, you can claim. After that day, you have a 7-day grace period in which you can claim your miners and not receive any penalties. Pro tip, if you don't need the Titan, let your miner go for another 7 days and you will still continue to collect T-rank bonuses. I am doing that on a miner right now. I did it on another miner and I received several million additional Titan because I let it go for 7 days and then ended it, no penalty. But after 7 days, there is a 1% penalty, and 2 days, 3%, and so on. You can see it right here. Okay, so set yourself a reminder on your calendar, in your email, like a delay send email, something like that you can put in your life so you can be reminded to end your TitanX miners. Okay, you can make a maximum of 1,000 miners or 1,000 stakes on any given wallet. If you want to create more, just have another wallet. Okay, that's about it for virtual mining. Let's go to mining ETH distribution. We have 3 more sections of the white paper, and then we're going to get into the DAPP. This page only talks about the ETH that people use to create TitanX miners and what the TitanX protocol does with it. To mine TitanX, we use ETH plus time. The ETH gets given back to the users in a variety of ways to support the ecosystem growth as seen below. This right here is what distinguishes TitanX from any other protocol that I'm aware of. Is in this ETH distribution, which we're going to see. 62% of ETH gets sent to the decentralized buy and burn smart contract. We're going to see that in the DAPP. This smart contract buys TitanX off the market by this pair on Uniswap v3, and it burns it. 62% gets used to burn TitanX. 28% of the ETH goes to payout cycles used to pay out TitanX stakers. Remember, we said that you can mine TitanX or you can buy it and stake it. Well, the stakers earn Ethereum. And when you start a miner, 62% goes to buy and burn, 28% goes to stakers. And we're going to break that down on the staking page. 7% of the ETH goes to the burn pool used to buy TitanX burner, used to pay out TitanX burners. And 3% of the ETH goes to the Genesis wallet. This is all done through smart contracts that users call and interact with using their own private keys. There's no central actor, authority, individual, group, or company doing any critical work whatsoever. It's completely decentralized, owned or ran by the users, you and I, interacting with the smart contracts deployed on the globally decentralized network called Ethereum. That's a really cool paragraph. I wonder if Jake used AI to write that. Now we're going to, I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat here. How many people are in here? 9. We had 10. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to read the daily update. There are pictures on this page. That's going to help. The daily update. For every new day that ticks over in the contract, these variables get updated. The ETH cost for miners goes up 0.0% every day based on the day before. Notice that language. Every day based on the day before. So the biggest jump was between day 1 and day 2. Do you catch that? And this is where we're getting into the hyperinflationary. Like it was extremely hyperinflationary the most between day 1 and day 2. Okay. TitanX mineable per day of mining goes down 0.35% every day based on the day before. It mimics the Bitcoin 4-year halving, but does it much more quickly. Let's put it that way than Bitcoin does. The T-rank bonuses go down 0.35% every day based on the day before, and the share rate goes up 0.03% every day, best than the day before. So, and the share rate is the number of TitanX you have to stake in order to get a share in the pool. And that goes up every single day. So you have to buy more, so you can stake more, so you can get that share. This means it always becomes harder and more expensive to get Titan for every day that passes. The general rule for staking and mining is today is always better than tomorrow. So, and that's why you're here. So you can learn about TitanX, so you can perhaps get in and start a miner today, because today is a great day to start one. Here are the start and end days values of Titan. The daily upkeep, the daily update keeps increasing and decreasing things until the minimum and or maximum caps below are hit. This will happen over a period of years. So here is a graph of the ETH cost to start a miner. So the Ethereum cost per max power miner, it started at 0.2. It's now 0.21 something. It's going to 1. It's going to cost eventually 1 Ethereum to start a miner. So, and we know what Ethereum is going to do is going up, right? So on day 1, it cost 0.2. And by about day 2000, it will cost a full Ethereum to start one miner. Plus, that miner is not going to garner as much TitanX as it did on day 1. Hyperinflationary. The supply mineable per day of mining starts at 8 million. It started at 8 million. Now it's down to about 6 million. And it caps at 800. So it started at 8 million here, and it's hyper deflationary, going down to 800, somewhere down in here. The T-rank bonus amounts, minimum and maximum T-rank bonus, started at 3,500, and it ends at 0.35. So right now it's 3,500 per max power miner. Now coming in behind you, and at the end it's going to be 0.35. I just have a hard time saying that. I'm like, that's insane. I don't even think we're down to 2,200 yet. So I don't think we've gotten down to the original plan. Actually, 3,500 is probably the original plan, but anyhow, that is decreasing rapidly. The share rate also is increasing from 800 to 2,800 over about 4,000 days. Now, here is the rub on all of this. Here's the rub on the hyperinflationary, deflationary aspect of TitanX in like one paragraph. The cost to mine one TitanX moves up 55,000x. And here's an explanation of that. The cost per miner in ETH gets 5 times more expensive, goes from 0.2 to 1. The TitanX per day per miner goes down 11,000x from 8.8 million to 800. Combined together, that's a 55,000x price floor increase on the cost to produce one TitanX. And since the share rate moves up 0.03% every day from 800 to 2,800, a 3.5x increase. This plus the thing above means the cost to produce one share in staking goes up 55,000x times the 3.5x. That's a 192,500x. So this code is built with 192,500x. It's built into the code. Okay. It doesn't mean that the price is going to do that, but it is built into the code. All right, guys. This is the second to last. Oh, yay. We're going to the last section. Staking. One sip of coffee. Hold on. I appreciate you guys being here. Oh, I need to remove this from the screen so that you guys can see. Sorry about that. Staking. You stake TitanX to earn ETH. The ETH payouts to TitanX stakers. When you stake your TitanX, you get shares based on the current share rate. The share rate goes up every day. Minimum stake length is 28 days. Max stake length is 3,500 days. And 3,500, I always forget, 3,500 divided by 365 is 9.6 years. So you can, your minimum is 28 days, max is 3,500 days or 9.6 years. And all share bonuses cap at day 2,888. So you can stake 3,500, but the bonus is capped at 2,888. If you want to just continue earning those bonuses between the cap and day 3,500, you may do that. And many people are. All right. Remember the Ethereum distribution. Let's see if I can get back to that. Okay. So let's go to the staking section. 28% of the ETH goes to the payout cycles used to pay stakers based on their number of shares. Now let's go back to the staking, and we're going to see where that 28% goes. Juan Gonzalez, good afternoon from the Canary Islands. I think you've been in here before. Man, that's cool. Hey, if you guys, type in the chat where you're from. I've been meaning to ask that. Type in the chat where you are, where you live right now. So that 28% of Ethereum that gets distributed when people start miners, 28% goes to stakers. Okay, we're going to break that down. But first we're going to talk about the rolling payout cycles. So when you stake TitanX, you get a payout every so often, which is like every day, every 8 days. There's a payout every 8 days, 28, 90, 369, and 888 days. And it goes on forever. And everybody gets paid at the same time. This was a little confusing for me at first, but all the stakers get their 8-day payout at the exact same time. There's a payout pool. You can watch it grow. And on the 8th day, you can claim your Ethereum. And I've done it. It works. It's excellent. Here is how that ETH is distributed. So of the 28% that gets sent to the staking pool, 28% goes to the 8-day. Let's move this right here. 28% goes to the 28-day, 18 to the 90, 18 to the 369, and 8 to the 888. That's how it works, guys. That is how the Ethereum is distributed. And it never stops. These cycles will pay out forever as long as people participate in the protocol, and 28% of the ETH flows into the payout cycles for TitanX stakers. Yes, this also means that sometimes 2 payout cycles can trigger on the same day. And people get excited about that, and they start miners, and it gives us T-rank bonuses, and the stakers make Ethereum, extra Ethereum, which they can do whatever they want with. Side note, only 10 to 20% of the Ethereum that has been earned in the staking pools has been put back into the system, which is a reason for Dragon X, because we want to keep that in the system to build it. Shares. When you stake your TitanX, you get shares. The number of shares you get depends on the current share rate at the time of your stake plus the bonuses. There's a longer pays more bonus. So the longer you stake for, the more shares you get, up to 350% bonus at day 2888. So it just caps. After that 2888 day stake length, the bonus stays capped at 350%, but you can stake up to 3,500 days to earn as much yield as possible for as long as possible, as shares only get more expensive and much harder to get over time. There's a bigger pays more bonus, which is another thing that Dragon X is solving. The more TitanX you stake in a single stake, you get up to 8% extra bonus on your shares, capped at 100 billion TitanX. Yeah, I'm itching to talk about Dragon X. The number of shares you have compared to everyone else determines your percent of the ETH payouts. For example, if you have 1% of all the shares, you get 1% of the payout cycles triggered during your staking period. As with mining, there are penalties in staking. You pick the date for your stake to end, and you have a 7-day grace period before you will earn penalties. You'll get penalized. You can stake and end. You can end a stake once it's 50% mature. So that 9.6 years, the earliest you could end a stake is 4.8 years. But you're going to lose 50% of the Titan. and it gets burned, and you get 50% of the Titan back. Okay. And if it's not ended for 1 week, you lose 1% per day until 99% is lost after 100 days. Okay, we're done with the white paper. Woot woot. That's like the most agonizing part of the whole presentation is the white paper. All right, guys, you have any questions? Pop them in the chat. One sip of coffee, and then we're going to talk a little bit about strategies, and that has changed a lot. One key thing. One key thing we're learning, we need liquid Titan. Okay, if you guys are looking to get in on some of these other projects, you're going to need liquid Titan. So you're either going to have to keep it from your miners. And by the way, none of this is financial advice. This is just what I'm doing. You're either going to have to mine it or buy it. So you need liquid Titan. Like already with the two that I'm going to show you, you need liquid Titan. So strategies. You could do a short miner. We're gonna show you this in the DAPP. You can do a short miner and then recycle it and compound. And then you can do like a longer miner and make more Titan. The shorter miner is a little more risky because like I started some miners back in January and they're gonna be profitable, but not like what I wanted. And so I'm not wrecked on those, but they illustrate the potential for them to not perform like you would like them to if you go too short. So just be careful, and I'll give you some tips in the on the DAPP. So one thing that I've learned from Crypto Audit King is spreading things out. So what you could do is your miner length is capped at 280 days. And we know crypto is volatile. So what you can do is, we don't know when we're going to get a pump. So if you made a ladder of like 280 days and then backed it up every 15 days and made a little ladder of miners coming all the way back to maybe 150 days or whatever interval you want, then when those miners mature, you can perhaps catch a pump. And then what you could do when those miners mature into a pump is you can swap that for Ethereum and start more miners. And that's a key thing. And that's another reason to hold Titan liquid, is because when this thing rips at some point, which we hope it will do, we can then swap for Ethereum and make more miners to make more Titan. It's beautiful. Now, what do you do with your miners? I already made a couple suggestions. When your miner matures, you can make more miners, or you can take some profit, or you can stake some, and you just got to split it up however you want. I already told you guys that. When it comes to staking, we have a couple projects coming out, which is Hyper, which is going to be used which we're going to need Titan for. Then Hyper is going to be I want to say it's going to be somewhat like TitanX, but you will use TitanX to start Hyper miners. I think Hyper is going to come out in February, maybe March. There's a little ambiguity there because we don't know what Jake is thinking with so many. I'm trying to get into his head, and I'm thinking if I'm seeing all these projects coming out, I'm going to want to know what this is the wrong word, what the competition is. I want to know what other guys are doing with their projects so I can maybe adjust mine accordingly. But he also has Shogun coming out. So with Hyper, we're going to start Hyper miners with Titan. That's my understanding right now. Shogun is going to come out after Hyper. And with Shogun, you're going to have the ability to send Titan stakes to Shogun to burn them for the Shogun token. Why did Prayer Banana mention that? Because if you're staking TitanX, it might be wise to not just do one big stake, but split it up so that you can perhaps burn a stake for Shogun. Okay. Let's see. There is a big payout cycle coming out on October 20th, October 30th. I think the first 369-day payout is October 30th. And there's an opportunity there to stake beforehand to earn the Ethereum, because there's a 369-day, there's a 90-day, a 28-day, and an 8-day, all within about a 2-week period. So there's an opportunity there. You can end a miner before that and then stake it to earn the Ethereum through that big wave, or you can end a miner after that. I am doing both. And I'm not saying that that is going to happen, that there'll be lots of T ranks and all that. I'm just speculating. Now, if I'm starting miners anyhow, well, I'm just going to go ahead and time mine on both sides of that big wave so that I can perhaps make profit. All right, guys, let me review my notes. Let's see here. It's supposed to review my sheet, show the video. Okay, hold on a second. We're done with strategies. Let's get into I kind of skipped ahead, so I was like, what am I doing next? Let's go to the DAPP. Let's review the DAPP. So I'm going to share my screen. And actually, I'm going to pull up the DAPP. app.titanx.win. Get this positioned properly. And present screen. And let's talk about that. How does the function distribute into payouts plus buy and burn works? Seth Reno. How is the function distribute into payouts plus buy and burn works? Let's review the DAPP and see if that answers your question, Seth Reno. Okay. And if you can maybe restate that if it doesn't become clear in the DAPP. Here is the TitanX DAPP. So beautiful, attractive DAPP. Across the top, we see mine, stake, payouts, buy and burn, more, and tools. So let me just get over here so you can see these. Okay. And over here is where you connect your wallet. I'm actually going to connect mine real quick. I use the Rabby wallet, which I endorse. If you're using MetaMask, may I suggest Rabby or another wallet? When I switched away from MetaMask, I was very happy. Let's review mining. Right here, you can create a single miner. This is where you go if you want to create a miner. You connect your wallet, you create a miner, you select your length, and I use time and date. If you're trying to time the end date, use timeanddate.com, and you can figure out what day it's going to end. Like if you wanted to do a 200-day miner, what day does that end? Am I going to be on vacation that month? Something like, you just use your head for miner lengths. So you use this right here to start your miners. Miner length of 280 and miner power 100 is the standard setting. And over here, you can see how much Titan you're going to get at the end of this miner. And this is only the Titan that comes with the miner. This is not any T rank bonuses or early adoption. I think this does actually include the early adoption amplifier. But here is the ETH that you're going to pay to start the miner, 0.2139 or $528. Goes up depending on the price of Ethereum. The market value, if you start this, in today's value of Titan is $1,555. The ROI is 194%. Down here, you see the price of Titan, 501248. The global T rank is 253,000. That's the number of miners that have been started. The current Titan mineable per day is, we're under 6, 5.959 million Titan per day. The EAA is 7.6, and the burn bonus amplifier, which there's not any in this wallet. And then the next difficulty increase, which is just the clock rollover. So all of this will increase. The difficulty will increase in 17 hours, 25 minutes. So you can select your miner length and your miner power. Now watch. Now nothing changes if I change the length. Look at the actually not nothing changes. The estimated TitanX will change, but the price will stay the same, and of course the value. But if I change this to 140 days, then you see you get half the Titan. Still costs $528 because I didn't change the power. Now I'm going to change this back to max, and we're going to do a 50 miner power. So the cost is going to go in half. See? Okay. I'm going to show you a couple of my miners down here. Can you guys see that? Yeah. I'm in the way a little bit. Okay. So over here we have the T rank. This one is a it's under 10,000 T rank. So it was a day one, full length, started on, October 28th. Here's the end date, August 3rd with the rest of the herd. It's a 100 power miner. Here's the estimated TitanX. Remember back up here, we're at, for a max power, 1.244. Well, back then it was 1.707. And the T-rank bonus is 780 million. That's pretty juicy. That's juicy. It only costs 0.2. The value right now is $3,106. So it has a 530% ROI, and we're 30% done. And you can share this on socials. Just click the share button. You can tweet that, screenshot it, whatever you want to do. Good morning, Firefighting 82 and Hound Dog Crypto. How's it going, guys? Thanks for showing up. Let's go. I got another. Ooh, I think I have a stake on here. Let me think if I want to. I think I can do that. Give me just 1 second, guys. I want to, because I did a stake on this wallet. Let me see. Yeah, we can do that. All right. Not sure how I want to play my next set of miners coming due, but not really into Dragon X. Okay. Yeah. I just talked a little bit about the wave that's coming in October. So you can rewind and watch that if you want. Because I'm going to be starting some miners here probably next week to try to capitalize on that. All right, here is the staking. We're under the stake tab. So you can set your stake amount and your stake length. So this is TitanX that I have in my wallet. And if I wanted to stake this, I could. And I just select the number of days. If I want to do 1,000 days, the number of shares would go down. And then there is all this information here. I'm not going to read it. But here's a stake that I made earlier this week. 3,500, no, it was last week. 3,500 days, started at January 13th. It ends August 13th, 2033. There's 1.175 billion in the stake. And then the value is $1,500. One thing I didn't show you back on the mine page, which I want you guys to see, is the claimable miners. So here's my, I can scroll this all the way up. Here's one miner that I'm letting go for a few days because I want to garner more T-rank bonus. Okay, and I'm just going to end it next Thursday. I can claim it today, but I'm going to let it go for a few more days. So this is under claimable miners tab, and then you can see ended miners right here. And it's really cool to have a record of our miners inside the DAPP for each wallet. I just think that's over the top cool because I'm a bit of a data head, and a lot of us in here are. Now the payouts tab shows you how much Ethereum your miner has earned. So claimable ETH payouts is the first tab you see. And right now, this stake has $335 available to claim. And you just click the button, pay the gas, boom, that shows up in your wallet. Where did this come from? It came from people starting miners, remember? And that 62% goes to the buy and burn, 28% goes to the stakers. And that gets broken down right here. So in the next 8-day payout cycle, I've earned $11.52, and we're over halfway to the next 8-day payout cycle. 28-day payout cycle, I've earned $4.75. And then the 90-day payout cycle, $595, and so on. And this 90-day was over $1,000, but thanks to Dragon X, now it's under $1,000. Prairie Banana is kind of upset about that, but he's not really. It's a dilemma, and we're going to work through it. I'm involved, and I support Dragon X. I'm just disappointed that I started this stake like a week before Dragon X launched. That's very sad for me, but it's all right. It's all good. The system's gonna work out, and I comfort myself knowing that I will have the ability at least when Shogun comes out, that I can burn this stake if I want to. Speaking of burning, here's the buy and burn section. And I am not the best at explaining this, but we have a V2 and a V1 buy and burn. And these have been slowed down quite a bit by Jake on purpose to, I think, dump the price. And it's working. We want to shake out the bad actors and give people perhaps an opportunity to accumulate TitanX so we can get in on projects. So in the V2, there is $15 million or 6,137 Ethereum. And in the V1, there's 11 million or 4,458 Ethereum. Under the more tab, we have stats. Oh, if you want to look at the burn pool, you can do that. And the white paper is right here. But under stats, we have this attractive looking pie chart. And by the way, you can click on these to deselect them, which I think is really cool. The amount of burned Titan is 44%. Amount of liquid is about 15%. And the amount staked, 41%. The liquid supply is over here, staked, burned, buy and burned. And when we swap TitanX, there's a little bit burned. So, and you see that right here in LP fees. And that's it for the stats. But there's, yeah, the liquid has increased because people are expecting projects to launch. And we know that we're going to need liquid TitanX. Under tools, we're going to look at two things here. There's a share button, which is really cool, built right into the DAPP. We have the ability to share TitanX to our socials right here from the DAPP. And how you do that is you select whatever tab you want. If you want to talk about real data or pumpamentals, curiosity, onboarding. Under the real data tab, what we have is real-time data. Like there's currently $47,000 in the rolling 28-day payout pool. Hey, that's cool. Hey, I want to tweet that. Click on share. And then you can put it on your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram. Okay. That's really cool. I think Jake is pretty sharp, eh? All right, that's it for the DAPP, I think. Was there one more thing? Yeah, the calculator. Here's a mining calculator and a staking calculator. The mining calculator allows you to, like if you're going to do a batch mine, let's say you're going to do 25, well, it's going to cost you $13,000. And then it gives you the ROI and all that. And, you know, one thing I wanted to mention was that when we're planning shorter stakes, you want to keep an eye on the ROI. So if you're going to do like back in the beginning, we could do 10-day miners and make a really juicy ROI. But now you have to do probably at least 100. Wow. 150 days would garner you 90% in 150 days. And that's somewhat risky. It's additional risk compared to just going the full length. but it does not include the T-Rank bonuses. So you have to factor that in. Under the staking tab, we see the staking calculator. It defaults to 1 million, and I kind of wish it would do 1 billion. I always put it to 1 billion. So if you're going to stake 1 billion TitanX for 3,500 days, the next 8-day payout, you'd make $10, 28-day payout, $4, and so on. We just had a 28-day payout, so that's why that's pretty low. That's it for the DAPP. So let's go on to the Dune charts, shall we? Any questions? Any questions? 11 people in here. This is awesome. I'm assuming that there's 11 people in here that are new, or at least one person that's new. If you're brand new, again, put a 1 in the chat. If you're brand new. Mike Dean created this like the first week of TitanX, and it's on my desktop all the time. I refer to it all, frequently. It's practically everything I need to about TitanX is in this Dune chart. Follow him on Twitter. His Twitter handle is in the show notes. Okay, Dune. What you do is you go to Dune. The link is in the show notes, or you can just go to dune.com, type in TitanX, and it's going to show you. It's going to give you several options. On all 4 of these are in here. Okay, we're on day 85. There are 253,000 miners, 13,000 unique users, 47,000 Ethereum spent creating miners. Here is a chart showing the cumulative unique user growth. Total miners started per day. This is the one I'm really interested in all the time. Like we had a big payout yesterday, and people were taking their Ethereum and swapping it for and starting miners with it. And we had a little tick up in miner starts. And this is the wave of miners that I was talking about back in this range right here. And if you go to the price chart, you'll see that the price was pretty high back here. And what happens is, and I need to explain this at the beginning of this presentation instead, is that when the price goes up, people are inclined to start miners. When the price comes down, they're more inclined to just buy it. So price had ticked up, and this big spike was a multiple day payout, day 56. Remember 8s, and you got so we had, you have an 8 in there, and you had the 28-day payout. So people were taking their juicy Ethereum payouts and staking those, and starting new miners. And so the payouts was pretty big, and then it trickled down, and it's going to cycle back, in my opinion. I think we'll be having big T-rank days again. And here is the minted supply. Wow, we had a big day on October 18th with 2 trillion TitanX minted into supply. And what did the price do? Nothing. And the following day, pretty much the same was brought into the market. What did the price do? Nothing. It's amazing. Now you have the future supply coming out. So this was the past. This is the past supply. And here's our future supply. I'm skipping some of these because I'm not familiar with all of this. But this is the supply coming out from today and on out to February 17th. Okay. So almost 1 trillion coming out today. And then down here, it just breaks it out a little bit further. We got another big day on January 24th with 2 trillion. Ooh, what day is that? That's next Wednesday, I think. And we have an enormous day, August 3rd, 11 trillion coming out August 3rd, and August 4th, 4.5 trillion. So those are some dates to keep in mind. Here's a picture of the stakes. Now this line here would be the 2,888 day stakes, and this one here, the 3,500 day. Most people are staking 3,500 days. I have 2 stakes, and both of them are 3,500 day stakes. Do we have any questions? Hey, Zubar, good to see you. Good morning. So here's the payouts, 8, 28, and so on, broken down. And it shows you how many days are left, 3 days left in the 8-day payout, and what day it happens. Okay. So we have see, that's February 16th. So the next 28 is February 16th. The next 90 day is next Thursday, on the 25th. I want to make sure I'm getting that right. January 25th. Yes, Thursday. So that's that Dune chart. Again, all of these charts are in the show notes. This one here shows the buy and burn. And the buy and burn was really high, and now it's not burning quite as much. So I find that interesting. Again, just take some time and review these charts at your leisure. And I think this third one over here is pretty interesting in that you're just going to have to take some time, sit down and review it and kind of marinate on what you're seeing. This chart here, or this Dune page, of course, it shows you the price, but then it also shows you the payout days. And then down here, oh, this is the one that I really like, the net inflation. I like to look at the little dot. Like the little dot shows you whether you're inflating, whether the token is inflating or deflating. And look at all the days that this token has seen a net deflation. That's pretty interesting. And even with this huge payout, miners coming out, miners maturing, we had a net deflation. Unless I'm mistaken, am I not reading this correctly? Daily inflation was negative 977,000 dollars. Yeah, just take some time and review these. I mean, there's a lot of information in here. And if you're a data head, you're probably really digging this. TitanX daily minting totals as of today, right here. Daily and cumulative miner claims over the next 280 days. And the total TitanX mintable over the next 280 days, 142 trillion. I remember that when that was like 103 trillion. And we can go on, and there's a lot. I mean, guys, can you not see there's a lot of charts on this page? Yeah, just take some time, like I said, and review them. And the last one, I forgot to convert to English. Let's do that. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see if I can go back. Convert to English. Translate to English. On this one, we're looking at the mining expiry unlock trend chart. And this is cool because here's the thing here. If you were going to start miners and you weren't going to do max miners, what I'm inclined to do is end miners right through here. Why? Look at the supply that's coming out. Not very much. Like, there's a lot of supply coming out. There are a lot of projects. People are going to be putting their TitanX into projects. And then the supply trickles out. And right here, I think TitanX could become very rare. Just saying. Okay. We went through the DAPP. We went through all 4 Dune charts. Let's go to the mining calculator. This will be really quick. Then we'll do TitanX.watch. This is a calculator that does more than the calculator on the DAPP site. This calculator allows you to forecast the TitanX from a miner and include the T-rank bonuses. So it's TitanXCalc.win. The link is in the show notes. And you can get into all this. And what I really like about it is you can model a miner and then log it. And then model another one and do some comparisons. Whoops. We don't want to do that. I really need to... Give me a second. TitanX.watch. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this one. Yeah, I am not going to be able to show this one. Go to TitanX.watch. You'll be impressed. All right. We did that. Now let's go to my calculators. Zibar has a question, it looks like. Are you going to discuss Dragon X? I'm going to discuss it briefly. And I'm going across the tabs at the top. Here are my calculators. Now, I recorded a video last week and explained the calculators. And then within each calculator, I have a little explainer video. And it should be, there's the video tutorial right there. It just shows you how to use it. I'm going to hide this thing right here. Okay. So, but let's review these. You can plan a miner. I need to spend some time on this one. Okay. This is for new people. And we got 12 people in here. I'm assuming some people are new. Day one, let's look at day one, and then we're going to show you where we are right now. The cost was 0.2 ETH. You can mine 8 million. EAA was 10%. T rank was 3,500. Share price 800. Okay. The contract day was 1. We had our first payout here. Pro tip, make sure you end your miners on this day so that you can stake if you want to garner a payout. You can't stake on the same day as a payout and garner the payout. Now let's go to January 20th. Right here. Miner cost is 0.2139 ETH. Mintable per day is 5.959. EAA is 7.6. T rank, we're down to 2,600. The share price is 820. And we're on contract day 85. So, and I got this from Mike Dean, and I promised him that I would promote him, that you follow him on Twitter, subscribe to his YouTube. So please go and do that. He's an OG in the system, and he's a beginning YouTuber like I am, and he puts out some good stuff. He's a smart cookie. He built this for the community. And so we have, let's see, I'm going to show you some stuff in here. Where are we at? January 20th. Our next 8-day payout is on the 23rd. Here's that 90-day payout. And I want to show you guys. So like if you were going to start a miner to end before this, and I wouldn't say you wouldn't do this. You can't do this. To end before this 90-day, you would make it like a 5-day miner. So it would end right before that. Okay. But you're not going to do that. That's just an example. All right. Let's scroll down. Here's a double payout. February 16th. It'll be an 8 and 28. I want to show you the wave coming out. Here's another double. There are a bunch of doubles. Okay. Let's skip those. In October, the EAA ends on October 12th. So no more, 10% bonus for every miner started. But then look at this. On October 21st, we have an 8-day and a 90-day. On the 25th, we have a 28-day. October 29th, an 8-day. And on the 30th, 369-day payout. So if you ended miners here, so you could stake and take advantage of this, or you can end miners here to garner the T rank bonuses, because people are going to be, the stakers are going to have Ethereum that they can do something with, and they can start miners if they want to. And I would suggest, and I would think that they are going to be starting miners. So I am planning to have if you made a max miner right now, it would end on October 25th. So if you wait a few days, 5 days. If you wait 5 days, you can start a 280-day miner, a max miner, and it will garner all the payout bonuses from this wave and all the other payout bonuses from earlier payouts. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, no. Oh. Okay, hey, thanks for saying something, Zabar. Can't see my screen. I need to pay more attention to that. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go back and review all that real quick. Okay, here is day 1 And here are the contract days. Here are the payouts. Follow Mike Dean. Here's a link to the tutorial about this. And then some days are double payouts. Make this real quick. And I'm going to go all the way out to October. And I'm going to show you that wave because I think that's important. EAA ends on October 12th, and then the big wave of payouts. Okay, so if you're going to have miner end right here so you could stake, you'd end it on right here on this date. And then if you wanted to have miners end here so you could garner these payouts from people taking, like I just explained, taking their ETH and starting miners, and you would garner T-rank bonuses from those, if that makes sense. Okay. Thank you for saying something. Very funny. Send me a bill for the modding. Yay. Okay. And the rest of the calculators. To buy or mine. There's a video tutorial about that one. Whether it's more profitable to mine or stake. None of this is financial advice. Here's a staking yield calculator. I really like this one. So you could put in and this is a snapshot in time from December. If you staked $1 billion for 3,500 days, here's the number of years. And you can use this one. Again, there's a video tutorial. And if you're planning to stake, use this and you can kind of estimate your payout cycles and in an annual yield and monthly. There's a T-rank bonus calculator tracker that you can track your T-rank bonuses from. Freedom calculator. This one's a doozy. It helps you estimate how much you need to garner in crypto over time to meet some goals and how many X's you would need to do. Okay. Estimate your T-rank bonus. Video tutorial. Position calculator. Put in how much Titan you have, and it'll show you your position. 369-day calculator. That's just the 300. I need to remove this one for the big payout days in October. And this one's a little confusing, but there's a tutorial to help with that. 100x calculator for moon math. Recycling calculator if you really want to get into the weeds and see what you're going to do. And like if you have a miner ending and you want it to compound, then this will help you track that, the earnings of compounding over time. And then a 7-day miner pause. So like if you're going to not end a miner on the maturity day and just let it go, you can track the T-rank bonuses and see how much you garner. See how much that miner garners in the 7 days before you actually end it. And then buying time. I am still working on that one. Okay. Now what we're going to do is let's go review the show notes. There's me. Okay, guys, we're getting close to the end. I am not gonna forget. Somebody's gonna remind me to not forget to talk about the wrap up stuff. But I do want to get to the description, to the show notes. There's so much stuff in here. Follow me on Twitter. Follow Jake Sharp on Twitter. And here's the links to these guys. Crypto Kindness is you need to follow Crypto Kindness and you need to sub to his channel. Mackenzie puts out good stuff about TitanX. Plan A does a Twitter Spaces every week. It'll be on like Sunday. Tomorrow, I'm sure he's going to do a space tomorrow. Richie B, you need to follow him on Twitter. How can I emphasize? Follow these guys. Sub if they have a channel, it'll be down here. Follow their channel. There's so much content. Why am I suggesting following these guys? Because if you want to learn about this project, you're going to learn from this presentation and from these gentlemen on Twitter and their YouTubes and the Twitter Spaces. Okay, Steve at Crypto GRFX does a master course. There is his email. He he's an excellent teacher. You guys can see my screen. That's good. Here are some YouTube channels that cover TitanX. Oh, Telegram. Jump on. Here's the official Telegram link. You can ask any questions in Telegram. Follow these guys. Crypto Kindness, there's his YouTube. Crypto Graphics, Mike Dean. Crypto Audie King does like a daily. He'll get you all excited about Titan. Smooth and Crypto does a daily. Honest Crypto, just about every day put something out. Genuine Real Mo is kind of fun. The Verse, don't miss the Verse. I like his content. Crypto Pride, I'm trying to think what he does. Stunna Breezy is pretty fun. Crypto Profeta is super smart. He doesn't do a lot of content on TitanX, but when he does, you are going to want to listen. Bartertown Conglomerate is pretty good. And Joe Paris. It seems like there's one in there that I'm missing, but it always seems like there's one that I'm missing. But here are the Dune Charts. Other useful stuff. That TitanX.watch. You can actually pay like 0.002 ETH or something, like $25, and it will show you. You'll have like an account at TitanX.watch, and when you go there, it's going to show you all of your. And I couldn't show you. I'll have to figure out how to fix that for the next AMA, but it'll show you all the stuff from your wallet, and you'll be impressed. Just take my word for it. And then and he also incorporated DragonX stuff into that site as well. There's a link to the mining calculator, Jake Sharp whitepaper overview. He does a great job. Here's a link to the chart. Here's a link to buy a Trezor hardware wallet. If you don't have one, this is my affiliate link, link to the spreadsheet. You can download it. Just download it and make it your own. You don't need to be an editor or whatever. You can just download it in viewer mode, and that'll be your copy. And here is a link to an overview of that calculator. Use an MEV blocker when you're doing crypto, and I'll show that to you. Okay, I'll show that to you. And here's a tip jar if you're inclined to do that. Okay, let me get back on my show how to make a Titan. Hold on. I'm reading and talking out loud. I really shouldn't do that. Oh yeah, we're not going to do that. Okay, wrapping it up. Let's wrap it up, guys. Let me show you the MEV blocker first while I have my screen. I always forget, where is it? Where is the MEV blocker? I need to write that in here. I know it's on this DAPP. If somebody could just tell me, because when you're on stream, you can't think. But you literally go, oh man, I want to say it's in the buy and burn. There it is. Okay, so this is what you do. Okay, my wallet is connected. Why do you want to use the MEV blocker? Because it will prevent a sandwich attack. So if you're swapping tokens, and go watch a YouTube video about what exactly an MEV blocker is, but it prevents a sandwich attack, which just means you're going to lose a little bit of money or a lot of money. So I'm connected to this DAPP. This wallet is connected to this DAPP. Now I'm going to start the MEV blocker, and you just click on it, click add to wallet, and it's now added to my wallet, and I'll show you. MEV blocker, I'm connected. So I do that before I transact. Okay. That's how you do that, guys. All right. Let's see. All right. Some tips. I am going to share my screen one more time because we're going to talk about DragonX. Keep TitanX liquid if you want to be in on some of the other projects. Take profit during this bull market. Keep your ear to the ground about, because this is how it works. And I'm not a cycle guy. I am planning to exit. Not entirely, but I want to take profit so I don't get wrecked. Because I don't want to be holding bags into another bull market, a bear market. So Bitcoin halving happens. 6 to 12 months after the Bitcoin halving, the alts might top. And this TitanX is an altcoin. And this is a totally abbreviated version of what may or may not happen. But at some point after the Bitcoin halving, the alts are going to top out. And we need to take profit. Okay? because I don't want to be holding bags going into another bear market. One of my buddies, I talked to a buddy last weekend, and he was talking to not the actual prairie banana. So there is somebody out there that is impersonating me. I want to wring their neck. Don't get wrecked. I will never ask you for your seed phrase. Follow the prairie banana on Twitter that has a blue check mark. Right now, your focus should be on accumulating tokens, not price. Don't worry about the price. Oh, let's say the price is going down. Don't worry about that. Just accumulate. You'll thank me later. Make reminders on, for your stakes and your miners so you don't overlook those important dates. Get the word out about this on your socials. Tell your friends. Bounce. You notice how I got to the MEV blocker by going to, I bounced off of it from the DAPP. And you want to make a point of doing that. Just be very careful of what you click on in crypto. So if you bounce off a reputable site to something you're trying to get to, that's a very safe way to do it. If you're not on Twitter, get on Twitter. If you have any inclination in starting to stream or produce content, do that. And when you're watching TitanX or any kind of crypto video, watch them to 70% because that increases the algorithm. When you're on Twitter, use pound TitanX, $ TitanX, and pound build on TitanX to get exposure for TitanX. I'll do this class again next Saturday. So if you see any new people, invite them. Now, keep in mind that if like right now, it costs about $600 to start a miner. If ETH does a double, that would actually be, it would cost $1,200 then to start a miner. Let's see, if the price goes to 0, we just stake and earn the ETH in the pools. Learned that from Richie B. What if price goes to 0? Well, we'll just take our TitanX, stake it, and earn the Ethereum that's in the pools. No, it could all go to 0. All right, I'm supposed to, DragonX, yeah. Am I going to talk about DragonX? Yes, I'm going to talk about DragonX. Let's get DragonX pulled up here. I want to show you guys, let's talk about Titan Legends first. Titan Legends started like the day before DragonX, I think. And you got to go to, I don't know where the DAPP is for that, for Titan Legends. I think it's titanlegends.win or something like that. But you go there and and find the legit site. Don't go by what I just said, but go to the site and you connect your wallet and you can get a Titan Legend for like $35 worth of TitanX. I got one just to participate. I'm not an NFT guy, but if you want one of these attractive looking dragons as an NFT, go there and there's a max supply of 2,888. The total minted is 1,094. So once we get done, and there's 2,000 of the cheap ones, let me just put it that way. The inexpensive ones are 28 million TitanX. They're only going to be 2,000. Once those 2,000 are gone, then they're going to get to the more expensive ones, and those are 88 million. Okay. And there may or may not be an airdrop for people that have bought these NFTs. Okay. So if you have one in your wallet and you bought one, then that wallet might get an airdrop. Just saying. DragonX. What is DragonX? Yeah, just keep the videos going past 70%. Even if you're falling asleep. And if you got to do something else and you can't have the audio, just hit mute and let it play and hit the like and all that. Okay. All right. I've been thinking about how am I going to explain what DragonX is. All right. Let's see if Prairie Banana can pull this out. In order to get DragonX, what you're going to do is you're going to send TitanX. You're going to connect your wallet to this DAPP. You're going to send your precious TitanX, and you're going to receive DragonX. And right now it's a 1-for-1, and it's going to be 1-for-1 for the next 12 or 11 days. There's a 14-day window where it's 1-to-1. Then it's going to drop down to 1 to 0.95. 1 TitanX will get you 0.95 DragonX, and then down to 0.9. And after 84 total days, it's going to be, you can no longer get DragonX for a TitanX. Okay, what happens to the TitanX? You send your TitanX to the DragonX contract. What the contract does is it takes, and it's hard to explain on stream. What it does is it takes that TitanX and it holds on to it until it has 100 billion TitanX in the vault. Can you guys see this? Right down here is the vault. Right now there's 11 billion. So people have sent 11 billion TitanX. It's sitting there in the vault. It's going to sit there until it hits 100 billion, or it comes right up on an 8-day payout cycle. Because what it's going to do is going to take advantage of that bigger pays better bonus. And when it hits 100 billion, the smart contract is going to trigger a stake. It's going to stake that TitanX. And already we've staked 1.5 trillion TitanX. Now here's the rub. It's going to stake it for 3,500 days. DragonX is basically becoming a V3 buy and burn. We saw V1, V2. DragonX is V3. It is going to be the largest staker in the ecosystem, and it's going to be the largest. It's going to be the largest staker. Let me leave it at that. So what it does is it stakes TitanX for 3,500 days, and then on the payout cycles, like this next 8-day payout cycle, it is going to have, obviously, because it's a staker, it's going to have Ethereum. What is it going to do with that Ethereum? With 45% of the Ethereum, it's going to buy more TitanX and stake it, and then earn more Ethereum. So it's like a snowball of buying TitanX, staking it, buying more, staking it. And wow, just explaining it gets me excited. With 45% of the Ethereum, it buys DragonX. Remember that DragonX that you got for exchanging your precious TitanX that's sitting in your wallet as a buy and hold token? Well, the contract is going to take 45% of the Ethereum it's earning in staking, and it's going to buy DragonX, and it's going to burn it. What does that mean? DragonX is going to become more rare, which in theory increases the value of all the DragonX that you're holding in your wallet. So that's DragonX in a nutshell. And in 11 days, here we go. In 11 days, the mint ratio will be reduced to 1 to 0.95. Okay. Let's see. There's 135 ETH has already been claimed because they got it started before an 8-day payout cycle and a 28-day payout cycle, I believe. So that's DragonX, and I have not spent a lot of time in here investigating it. Definitely listen to a lot of streams about it. There's content out there. There's a Telegram group that you guys can join and learn more about it. And there are going to be other projects coming out. Helios is the next one. I have a white paper. I just glanced over it this morning. Blaze is coming out after Hyper. There is a list of projects that you can get, and I'll put that in the show notes. Okay, I'll put that list of projects in the show notes so you can review them and keep an eye out. But if you follow these guys on Twitter that I had in the show notes, you will get a notification about new projects, no doubt. Okay. Is there anything else? Anything else? Hey, this is good, man. Zibar. You got 18 fire breather tier 1 NFTs. Don't be like James. Probably going to get 1 or 2 max legendaries airdrop season. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Ooh, TitanX Market. Yeah, that's something I have not. I've looked a little bit at it, but TitanX Market is going to be, and when I hear the word market, I'm like, I think TitanX Market is going to be something exciting to where we can actually take loans on our crypto. And when you're doing that level of a smart contract, that smacks of somebody that really knows what they're doing. And it's not just a token that you buy. It's actually a utility. So I think TitanX Market is going to be something I'm definitely going to be taking a look at to perhaps participate in. Is there anything else? Is there anything else that we need to cover? I think we're done, guys. Listen, this was fun. We got 10 people in here. Got a nice little group. I'm gonna post this on Twitter and tell everybody how much fun we had. And we'll do it again next week. So invite somebody. If you know somebody new, tell them about this, and I'll just present it. If you think there's enough value in this, then I'll do it again next week. And guys, have a great day. Thanks for showing up. Hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you would. I do make other content. I just have been extremely busy, so I have not made much. But there is a lot that I could do. Guys, have a good day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.